like.
It's a pinnacle code, living on a killer code. Never tell me different stories when it comes to killer code. Everybody pinnacle, never tell me killer code. Everybody coming from the hood, on a kidnapper. Everybody stacking by the same cause you never know the stories that are coming from the same blood, living in a pinnacle.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
I come in with a ski mask, bitch with a B-bag. I got a 4-4 with a 4-0. Coming in with some mojo with a Gucci bag.
We in here, one don't get, and we ain't fit, can't get in here. We getting lit in here. I don't care, and the girls dancing everywhere. The bottle popping everywhere, the money overflowing everywhere, the swags everywhere, designers everywhere.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
This young T, young David, young Emma, young Thug, young Boy, young Bear, young Doll, young Nick, young Giz, young Hills. Pull up at your hall, young Mill, young Chill. I say catch him with your pitch him. Learn for repetition. I got no ambition, this is so I question my intention.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
Throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
It's a pinnacle, living on a killer code. Never tell me different stories when it comes to killer code. Everybody pinnacle, never tell me killer code. Everybody coming from the hood, on a kidnapper. Everybody stacking by the same cause you never know the stories that are coming from the same blood, living in a pinnacle.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
We throwing
Money in the airline. We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
I'm with a ski man, bit with the ski man, with the fofo, with the fofo.
Coming in with some mojo with a Gucci bag.
We in here, one don't get, and we ain't fit, can't get in here. We getting lit in here. I don't care, and the girls dancing everywhere. The bottle popping everywhere, the money overflowing everywhere, the swags everywhere, the
Designers everywhere.
We throwing money in the airline.
Look pretty good.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
We throwing money in the
Hey,
airline.
hey, hey,
Jigging with a hammer, now we
hey.
like.
We in there.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
This young T, young David, young Emma, young Thug, young Boy, young Bear, young Doll, young Nick, young Giz, young Hills. Pull up at your hall, young Mill, young Chill. I say catch him with your pitch him. Learn
From
from
a repetition.
I got no ambition, this is so I question my
Man
intention.
tension.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
MK with a Gucci bag.
This young T with a Gucci belt.
KD with a Gucci socks.
Young Emma, Gucci man.
Bad Bunny, I'll subscribe. Man, I ain't subscribing to nothing. But welcome to another great live stream. We're here again. Man, I missed last week. I'm sorry about that. But we're here, week 25 of 2026. Man, can y'all believe it's been 25 weeks of streaming, talking about this knowledge. I know y'all are excited. Before we even before we start, I just want to say thank you for, whoever stuck with me for 25 weeks, because we got 25 more weeks to go. You know what I'm saying? We're only in July, and I'm excited to make this happen, man. I'm excited. Man, can we just have a round of applause for all the real ones who stayed? You know, like this is not an easy thing to do. These live streams, especially on a Sunday, you know, I want to be chilling, but guess what? I love the stock market. I love the stock market, and I want to get
Rich millionaire, hey, rich. What on that? Bombo clot, rich millionaire, millionaire.
I want to get rich, right? But before we even get into it, before we get started, I just want to say thank you for all support. Man, I've left those TikToks way behind. I know I've been telling myself I need to make shorts, but damn. Guess what though? I'm consistently trading. I'm trading better. I ain't worried about no freaking. It's just my energy. I ain't got no energy for that. And just I'm putting more energy towards my trading. I'm gonna see my improvement, and I'm being humbled. But that's how it is. That's how it is though. But before we even do anything though, let's start with the earning hub. So this week we're gonna be looking at earnings. We're gonna see what the weekly recap is, and then we're gonna get into technical analysis because I'm a techno geek, tech science. Put these on over my eyes. Got all these lights in front of me. I think it's better at the top. Yep. So it's better at the top. But let's get started. So Monday, there won't be any earnings, but Alibaba is gonna be paying dividend payments. If you got into Alibaba, and I feel like Alibaba is at all time. It's kind of selling off a little bit. Baba. Man, look at Baba, man. From 200, almost to some. Look. Literally 300 point play to all the way down here. Like Baba might make a play for it. Might make a play. Might be by me to pay. And they got dividend payments coming up. According to Earnings Hub. But we have banking. I think this is the start of earnings season. We have banking kicking off earnings seasons. We have on Tuesday morning, we have JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citibank. We have Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and I don't know what that is. Then AEHR is also Aher Test Systems is dropping earnings. The Q4 earnings. I don't know, it might be a foreign country. But also we have on Wednesday more. We have J&J dropping earnings, BlackRock dropping earnings. We got Progressive. We got PNC. Get out of my way. PNC dropping earnings. We have PNC dropping earnings. They dropping earnings. So expect Q2 to be around $6 billion. Then we have on Agro Foods. I heard about you got United Airlines dropping their earnings. You also have on Thursday, before pre-market, we have an IPO of C Square, and then we also have Standard Nuclear Inc. is dropping earnings on Thursday morning. Also, we have United Health dropping earnings. TSMC dropping earnings. They've been going crazy. TSM. Let me go into semi. Bro, look at this, bro. Look at this plays. Just beautiful. Just missed it. TS. But look at that, just following market structure beautifully. A lot stopped paying attention, but would have been a great investment. You have BlackRock, and then for Thursday afternoon, you have Netflix dropping earnings, and TJVR on Friday afternoon or before market. Then you got a trust TF. What is trust? Let's get some info on trust. Based in Charlotte, North Carolina, trust is a combination of BB&T and SunTrust. It's a regional bank, primarily the southern eastern United States, and traditional commercial banking and retail banking. Cool. So we have a very busy week with earnings. Let's look at the market recap. So Monday, the federal budget for U.S. Department of Treasury is dropping. Tuesday, we have the consumer price index, U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. U.S. Federal Reserve Chair Kevin Welch testifies before House panel. Consumer Price Index, U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics is dropping on Wednesday, along with the U.S. Federal Reserve of the chair. Kevin testified before the panel again. And then on Thursday, we have some retail news dropping. U.S. Census Bureau. We got wholesale inventories dropping. We have house market index is dropping, pending home sales, and you have weekly unemployment claims dropping on Thursday. And then Friday, we have the University of Michigan Index Consumer Sentiment. And then the result of that, along with industrial production and capacity utilization of the U.S. Federal Reserve, export and imports, price, U.S. Bureau Labor Statistics, and housing starts U.S. Census. Pretty cool. That's pretty much our fundamental news. We don't have too much going on. As you can see, we have all these in play. We have what's it called? So Tuesday is looking pretty beefy already. Let's check out our banks though. Let's check out our banks. Check out our bank plays. Let's check out our bank plays, man. And bank. Let's see. Man, that would have been a great investment. Citigroup would have been a great investment and great trades too. Oh well. JP Morgan, BlackRock, covering from really the sell-off. Also, what's a good trades there? Goldman Sachs going crazy. Bro, look at this stock, bro. The stock has doubled, literally doubled. ASML, they've doubled. Going crazy in the banking. Crazy. Man, that would have been a great investment. That would have been a great investment. Morgan Stanley. And Morgan Stanley literally did his big one. Really doubling. It's April. Went up literally. April went up 33%. Same gains on that. Bank of America also had some really good gains going up. What's up, dude? What you doing, man? I'm doing technical analysis for the market, looking at how plays worked out. Of course, the shit I invested in, freaking, what's it called? Capital One Bank just decided to not do anything as soon as I get in. But PNC been crazy. It's been going crazy. I buy some of that. Shout out to PNC. Get into that bag. Before let's do a little quick recap of the market last week. So price, actually I ain't doing no recap. I ain't recapping nothing. I'm about to refresh these charts. Why do we refresh these charts? Why do we refresh these charts? Reason we refresh these charts on a weekly basis. Reason we refresh these charts on a weekly basis because we want to see how, we don't really want to see, but we want to like have a clear mind going into the new week, because new week equals new ideas, right? We don't want to have lagging information, lagging ideas, information from last week. So we try to refresh our charts as often as possible, but let's start off with Microsoft with this weekly recap. It was weekly rechart. So let's actually start from the monthly. On a monthly basis, I like that. Look. This is a good play that Meta. I don't know why I keep saying Microsoft. Meta has doubled, but has broken out this resistance. And it's been holding it for a couple of weeks. Well, on a monthly, that was a resistance. But if we go on a weekly, we can see that Meta was literally at this price level, and it finally broke. Just insane work. But now I see my new resistance level and support level. We're going to daily to zoom in some more. You can see that price, Meta, we have our indication here. And then last time price was here, we got rejected down during earnings. So are we going to make a play to break above such levels? I also see that price was also being held here for a minute. Price was being held here for a minute, but we broke out. And we literally, is this gonna be another retest of this resistance above here, or is price gonna come back to retest its prior resistance? Because this was a resistance point. Now we broke. This price gonna continue upwards into the 800s. Now we just play it patient. Then see if we make a new higher high. And our first target is at the 740 level. All right, moving on to Tesla. Moving on to Tesla, we can see, and Tesla has been kind of inconsistent on the monthly, because right here we saw a bullish engulfing. As soon as we saw that, the next few months has not been very structured well. I'm gonna say we have not been very well structured. Even on a weekly, on a daily, on a weekly, we're just seeing a lot of bouncing up and down, very inconsistent price action. Seeing very inconsistent price action. But pop the daily. Actually, this is my support. This is my resistance. Yeah, I've not been doing that. Resistance. What? Easy peasy. Resistance. Support. And then we have smaller resistance in between here. Let's see if price retest this. It might be a good time to regain and get in. But that's Tesla. None too crazy. Just waiting for it to break above or below the support, because we got indication on both sides. Not the most efficient. Boom, right there. Now for Microsoft Microsoft, man, or the sell-off, big sell-off on the monthly. But July, is July gonna show that, you know, some rebounds? We're gonna show rebounds. And then we hit the 2025 low. I think that was 2025's low. 25's low before we made a big push. But on a weekly basis, still seeing prices underneath the SMA of VWA and the 200. We'd like to see that on above, but you know, we can't completely see the whole story. But on a daily basis, though, on a daily, what I like is that this level right here is holding up. Not anything significant either. Like, this is where prices decided to, you know, bounce around. And I don't know, I like this Microsoft play. I like this Microsoft play. Drop that right there. While we do that, we're going to be looking at a price decides to bounce up or down. So do that. Boom. Microsoft and trap. I like to see price break this resistance and see what price does above resistance too. Just gonna keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it cordial. Now moving on to Google. As you can see with Google, on a monthly basis. So I'm doing a top-down analysis where I start from was delicious right now though.
Oh my God!
Wow, that sounds terrible.
Oh my God! What the hell? Oh my God! No way! Rich million.
Why is my headphones sounding like that?
Oh my.
Where? Everywhere. I feel like sounding terrible right now. Hopefully it don't sound that bad through the stream. But let's got Google on a weekly basis. Like Google low key on a weekly basis bounced off of this resistance. Google make a play upwards though. That's the thing. Could Google make a play upwards? But even with that though, I see Google tend to support resistance. Same, literally the same. Like maybe I can move this down a little bit. Down a little bit. Then we can wait for Google to close below it. Or close below it. Also, I'm not ashamed of flipping my bias and getting into some buys. As we are, I think as soon as we cross this 50 point, I like the RSI. I like the RSI. Why do I like the RSI right now? Because I like the RSI because we just bounced. The RSIs are good, especially after a big bounce. Alright, that down a little bit. Big bounce, boom. Now, like, is this the bounce? And then we might see continuation, or it might see failure. Might see failure on Google. Just gotta see, especially what price is showing us. I would like to see RSI above 50, and I'm definitely gonna be in buys because this is pretty much a perfect bounce off of this old resistance. But we're gonna see what happens within the market Apple has been going crazy. Man, these headphones sound like shit. Do.
Oh my God.
There we go. They were just sounding like shit for a minute. All right. Apple's been going crazy with this crazy recovery in July. Like July is Apple's bitch this month. Apple's bitch this month. July is Apple's bitch. Look at that. Straight bounce, straight clean play too. Clean play. Booming off the bounce. And just, you know, missed the opportunity. I think I was trying to get into that Microsoft play. But hey, can't make them all. You can't make them all. You just pick and choose which one you like. You go with it. You go with it, you know. This is my new play right here, right? And look, we're above the resist. We're above the 50 point. After this clean bounce, are we gonna make that play? Are we gonna make that play? So now it's like, all right, is Apple gonna break this 320 level? And I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably gonna get in. It's 320 level, like 318, and then my target is 340. All-time highs, baby. All-time highs. People still buying them overpriced Apple MacBooks, and I low-key need to get a new one. Mine's getting aged out. Mine's from 2021. But it still works fine, so that's why I'm keeping her around. You know what I'm saying? So there's no point replacing it. Don't let Tim Cook hear that. He's gonna be like, wait, what's in with it? Tim Cook gonna hear that. Your MacBook, you've been using your Mac since 2021? He gonna drop an update, iOS update. F up my old laptop. Gotta get a new one. Tim Cook don't play about his money. That's why when price went up on folk. Amazon. This is just hilarious. We have a bullish engulfing and a failed monthly bearish engulfing. But I look at it like this. I see the vision that this right here, we're in this long-term resistance turning support, right? Long-term resistance turning support. Then we have this other gap right here, which is the you have long-term resistance turning support, and then we have this resistance turn into resistance. Dang, that didn't make sense, but you get it. It was resistance turn into resistance. Now, man, y'all like, what the heck? This guy can't even speak. I can't because his money, his food's tasting good. Everybody make stupid money. This following up week. Boom. Drop that there. Drop that here. You know, just simple. And I'm looking at price breaking above this $652 level. But we gotta be patient. Just putting our fish out there. Putting our fish hook out there. And then for NVIDIA, just on the higher time frame, just moving very calmly, very weirdly, because there's not a lot of, you know, we're not seeing a lot of those big pushes, just a lot of inconsistencies. But on the weekly, we're seeing this bearish engulfing off of this resistance right here. Bearish engulfing off of this long-term resistance. Bearish engulfing off of this long-term resistance, right? We dropped the resistance and support. So is this a good buy level? It's a good buy from the video, right? Because if you zoom in, I think we're in a good buy zone. And prices above the 50, so we could push to this 80 on the RSI, and prices above the SMA, VMA, and the 200. Literally, price bounced off the 200, so this is a strong play. It's not financial advice, but I'm looking to trade this. I'm looking to get in a little bit, seeing what I can do with it. You know what I'm saying? See what I can do with it. See what I can do with it. And earnings are coming up in a month, 2 months. So I'm looking into buying this right here. So it's like the old resistance, right? Old resistance. I'm gonna just delete that. Boom, boom. I'm big buyer of the $218 level, $214 level. I'm a big buyer. In SpaceX is below its valuation. It's cool, overpriced, but is it time to get in some puts though? Is it time to get in some puts on SpaceX ski? Time to get in some puts. Or resistance. They held support, but now we just broke support on the daily time frame. So let's see how much those puts cost on SpaceX. SpaceX trade puts. But they're not too bad. That's July 17th. That's this week. Let's see if we want to play August 7th. Which don't look too bad. Not too expensive. Very tradable. Very tradable. On the food. Potential puts on SpaceX, man. Don't look too bad. SpaceX definitely teased. Definitely teased a lot of folk. All right, so get SPY 100, SPY 500, the monthly. Man, SPY is saying it's not pulling back. No pull back skis, no pull out skis. Straight bulls. Weekly though. Past few weeks, the past few months, SPY has been consolidating the top, dropping our support and resistance here. Drop the daily. So this shit just keeps going up. And drop this jit right here. Boom. Price above here. Price above resistance. It's a goner.
Oh my God.
Bro, I'm up with my headset, bro. You I need to charge it or something. Purpose. Wireless headset. Man, it's fine. New battery. Let me see. What the heck, bro? What the heck is up with my headset, bro? This shit is cooked. It sounds terrible. But I see buys above the support. Buys above the support. Buys above the support. Okay, I might do some little trades, especially above the supports, you know. So the 0 TDE above that support level. I mean, above the resistance level. From QQ. Sorry, I was destroying the chicken. Destroying it. This bitch all.
Oh my God.
Yeah, price went crazy. Past 2 months. QQ is broke. This level of resistance. Like, dumb. Dumb. We'll drop that. That. This. This. Daily. You see how we see it. Easy, simple. Just simple, stupid. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. And with that though, do this, drop this here. See it, y'all see it, I see it. Going crazy with it, going crazy with it. And then let's drop these the Dow Jones index.
Oh my God. What the hell? Millionaire. Oh my God. No way. Millionaire.
Man, buy you some Dow Jones indexy, man. Did I buy some? Or was I kind of slow? Cause damn, this shit hurting me. I did buy some. I did invest in some Dow Jones indexy. Dow Jones. Oh shit. You. I was in shy. Let's see, what is Dow? Dow Jones value. It's been cooking. Oh wow. Wow. There's PNC. Yeah, more than I expected. It is done. Now, damn, I'm just looking at my portfolio. Gotta diversify some more. All right, let's drop this weekly jit. Boom. I see it. I see it. Weekly.
Brother,
all right, let's see. What do I see? What do I see? What do I see? I see price broke this resistance right here. turn in support. Then we have a new resistance. Drop that support there. So you gotta have this long-term vision, long-term vision, long-term vision. Ooh, look at this right here, bro. This price crossing all these. Crazy work. With that, that's pretty much it. It's my trading list. I only got this. I did like liked Apple. We at Apple and Microsoft. Google, was Google pretty good? Maybe for perks, it look pretty good. But with that though, stream is about to end. I want to say thank you again for joining, bruh. Just shout out to the supporters, shout out to people who chatted, shout out to people who give you the like. I love y'all. Uganda Trades is out of here. See y'all next week. If y'all want to keep up with me, I drop all my plays, not all of them. I'm starting to drop more consistently my plays in our Discord. Join our Discord, Money Moves. We have, see, this is my plays. You know, I keep keep it in touch. You know what I'm saying? We be going crazy, We be going crazy. Other than that, though, all love. Oh, wow, I couldn't see. Oops. Let me reshare that. This is the Uganda Trade Signal chat. And then I backtest often. This is my results. Backtest often. Not every backtest is going to be resorting to a green outcome, but guess what? Look at that, man. This is one of the best. And I just had the momentum. Ooh, I got to backtest Google again. I was going crazy. I love the way Google was moving. But with that, though, just again, thank you for joining, man. I appreciate y'all so much. You know what time it is. Uganda Trades is out of here. Peace.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
We throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
We in there.
Throwing money in the airline.
We in there.
We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
It's a pinnacle code, living on a killer code. Never tell me different stories when it comes to killer code. Everybody pin a fold, never tell me killer fold. Everybody coming from the hood, on a kidnapper. Everybody stacking by the same, cause you never know the stories that are coming from the same blood, living in a pinnacle.
We throwing money in the airline.